Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kitty here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, once again, a new video. Today we're doing a Q&A. So, as you can see, we are on Twitter right now. I did ask the question on Twitter, recording the Q&A for my next video, Ask Away. So, of course, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it is at Killian_SMG, as you can see here. It is my profile, and I've got the Super Mario 64, and yeah, this is my profile right here. So, if you guys do want to follow me, if you haven't followed me already, participate in the next video, which can be probably another CR video very soon. But without further ado, let's get into the Q&A, guys. So yeah, here we go with the first question from my good friend Logic, and he asks, will you ever get into TAS speedrunning? So if you guys don't know what TAS is, it's basically a two-assisted speedrun where you can go frame by frame and you can just like make the best speedrun possible. Because I do speedruns with myself as well on Mario 64, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Galaxy. I do some Clash Royale speedruns here and there as well, but no, I don't think I'll get into TAS speedrunning anytime soon. It's way too complicated for me at the moment. I know a friend of mine, Delta, who does TAS for the Mario Kart Wii, and apparently it is really difficult to get into that, so I don't think I'll do any TAS speedrunning anytime soon. I don't have the right equipment for it. Of course, you need a good PC, and then being able to run the games over and over and over, going frame by frame, it takes too much time than a normal speedrun. So I don't think I'll do any TAS. Maybe in the future, if I get a better PC, then I can like put my time into that. But at the moment, I don't think I will do any TAS speedrunning. But thank you very much for your question, Logic. So the next question here is from Rami, a good friend of mine, and he asks, do you plan on playing Sierra competitive in the future? Competitive, like normal, like semi-professionally, or CRO brackets, or will you play more casually? So I did play in a couple CRO brackets last year. I did have a decent experience overall. The second one, not too much, but the first one was quite fun. But going forward, I probably will not play semi-professionally competitive in like a team, but I might do like 1 or 2 rounds of CRL just to see if I can get back to just playing for fun. But I don't think I will ever return to semi-professionally in a team, unfortunately. It's just not as fun as it used to be, of course. You know, you have a lot of matchups, of course, you know, have champions, etc. I don't really enjoy playing against champions, so that's why I play Loon Freeze without any champions. But yeah, I don't think I'll be playing any more competitive. I'll probably just be streaming for Frostbite, and that's about it for me. You know, I've been playing Clash Royale competitively for almost like 2.5 years, since 2019, and I did step away in the end of 2021, so that was the end of my competitive career. I started with Tribe Academy, and then ended up with Intellectuals. So thank you very much for your question, but no, I will not return to competitive anytime soon. We'll try 1 or 2 0 brackets, though. Alright, the next question here is from Itami. So it's the newest analyst in Frostbite, and he asks, who is the best analyst in Frostbite? Now, I've only been here in Frostbite for a couple weeks, so I don't really have an opinion on who has the best analysis. I don't really pay too much attention to that. I'm not going to disrespect anyone and just say someone's better and someone's worse. If you're on Frostbite, you're fine. You're a good analyst, you're a good player, you're a good coach, etc. That's why you're on the Frostbite team. There's a reason why Frostbite is one of the best EU teams. Alright, here we go. A question from Trainer Cheddar. Will you ever explore new archetypes, or are you still going to main Lumberloon Freeze? So, yes, I will probably still main Lumberloon Freeze until the deck's dead. Then I'll probably just play something else, or just quit the game entirely. I'm not really too sure what I'll do, but for now I'm just going to keep playing it, trying to get some good finishes with it. Might as well just keep playing what you're playing, you know? Just don't give up all the time you've spent playing a single deck and learning all the matchups, etc. I think I'll probably just stick to Loon Freeze. I'm not going to be playing any competitive, so there's no real point of playing other decks. There's just no point unless you're like playing in like a best of 3 or a best of 5 formats. If you're not planning on playing any competitive things, then you probably should just stick to your ladder deck. One tricking is the way to get better at the deck for sure. Don't play multiple decks. I did the same mistake in the past where I just played multiple decks and never learned a single deck. So then I just decided, hey, why not just stick to Lumberloon Freeze and just stick to that. So it is what it is. If you hate me for playing Lumberloon Freeze, I'm sorry, but there's not much I can do about it. It's the deck I've been playing for the past 1.5 years, so I'm going to stick to it. And thank you very much for your question, Cheddar. All right, so the next question is from my good friend Spicy. Spicy Nachos. He's going to ask me, what is my top 5 favorite Pokemon? Interesting question for sure. throwing some Pokemon in the mix, not only Clash Royale questions, which is good. You know, that's not only like, oh yeah, just everything Clash Royale. Your channel sucks, complete ass. Nah, but it gives top 5 Pokemon. Number 1, probably Dialga, my favorite legendary Pokemon of all time, and my favorite Pokemon. Number 2, Empoleon, my favorite starter of all time. Number 3, Grovel. Number 4, Dusknoir. Number 5, I would say Garchomp, just because I've been playing a lot with him recently in BDSP. Thank you very much, Spicy, for your question. I hope you're not too disappointed about that. Thank you very much, man. So yeah, we have a nice little troll comment here from Ender, who asked, yeah, great question once again. Fuck yourself, Ender, you piece of shit. Motherfucker. Thank you very much for your who asked. Of course, you know, Ender getting back to me when I who asked him 1,000 times, and now he's who asked me in a lot of my posts. But thank you very much. Who asked? I asked. Thank you. Alright, so Zvone here asked favorite Tribe Academy member. So a bit of a throwback here. So yes, I did play with Tribe Academy in 2019. And my favorite Tribe Academy member, probably, I mean, I don't really have a favorite, but I guess I guess, you know, if you're going on based on players or on managers, of course, Pete, probably one of my good best friends, back in the, probably Pete, I would say. Of course, you know, I did meet him in 2019 in December, so, was it 2020? No, it was 2019. So yeah, I probably would say Pete is my favorite Tribe Academy member of all time. He's just such a great dude. He invited me to his house. I celebrated his birthday and everything. So he was the one that accepted me into Tribe Academy. So building that bond with him was definitely a very good, sentimental thing and very nice moments for sure. And I have met a couple of Tribe Academy members. I've met Maffy, I've met Pete, and that's about it. Of course, maybe in the future we'll do some more meetups, but not right now with COVID for sure. But definitely Pete probably is my favorite Tribe Academy member if we're dating that back in the day. So thank you very much, Simone, for your question. So yeah, Wham asks here, when are you going to start using 4.6? Never. I will never use 4.6. I'll never main it. I don't really like the deck too much. I don't really like playing no spell decks. I mean, no big spell decks, of course. I mean, NATO and Loon Freeze, of course. It's like the triple combination of stopping a lot of pushes, but only having a Rage in there, nah, that's just insanity for me. I can't really outplay with that. Unfortunately, I don't really like deck too much. I'll usually only play 4.6 just for the memes. If I'm playing, like, if Remy wants me to play 4.6, then I'll play 4.6, but it's not really a thing I would main ever, so I'll never probably main 4.6 ever. But all right, so Darren asks, why is KD Chipmunk hot? What? That doesn't make any sense. But yes, Chipmunk, indeed. It's a very Chipmunk of you to ask, Darren. But yeah, thank you very much for your question. I don't really know what the implication was of this question, but yes, thank you. All right, so we got a question here from one of my good friends, Rain. He's got 3 questions for us today, so we're going to be answering all of those. So he's going to first ask, why did you start playing CR? So the reason I started playing CR was a friend of mine introduced me to it in math class in 2016. He said, hey man, you should try this game. I was like, oh sure, why not? I've been watching Bolt playing it in like January when it was soft launched. I didn't really like it too much, but I said I'll give it a wait till global launches, and when it global launched on March 6th, I was like, alright, why not download it? And I got hooked ever since. I mean, the competition level back then with my classmates was like insane. They always just challenged me to beat them. So I just grinded every day, then eventually in like a week I overtook them. They were like 2,400 trophies, and I was like at 2,800 or something in like a week, which was insane. I mean, yes, of course, I did spend a bit of money, which I already had in my account at the time, because I still had it from Christmas. I just saved it just in case maybe I would use it someday, but I did use some of that money to get some gems, get some chests open, and just get ahead of the competition, basically. But yeah, my friend introduced me to it, and I just got hooked ever since, and it's been almost 6 years since I've played it, so yeah, it's been a while for sure. And yeah, the next question you asked, when did you first become good at the game? So I realized I was good at the game in the beginning, but I didn't really take it anywhere. I realized my potential could be somewhere, so I tried in 2017 when CCGS was released and announced. I tried my luck. I competed. I made it through the tournament I made it through the tournaments. I qualified for the next round, and then got swept at the finals in brackets. So I would have made it to the next round of the brackets, but I did lose in the finals, unfortunately. So would not have faced Turco Gala, etc., which was the next round. I checked. I would have faced him, but unfortunately, it did not work out too well for me. So I did end up losing in the finals of the brackets of 2017 CCGS. And after that, I just didn't really play for like 7 months. I just didn't have any motivation whatsoever. I was on vacation and doing school and stuff. And then 2018 came around, 2019. And that's when I tried to pick up the game again after not playing for like 7 months. I was like, all right, let's play this game again. See how good I can become again. And then I saw the semi-professional scene, CRL, etc. I was like, all right, let's try some of this getting good at the game again. And then in 2019, in February, I hit up, at the time, iReal, which was in my only connection with me getting into Tribe, and I was like, all right, man, let me try out for this team. And they're like, all right, sure. I swept tryouts, I did some practice, and I eventually let me on the team, and that's where my competitive journey started, which lasted until December 2021. So it was a good 2.5 years, or maybe almost 3 years of competitive play. I really enjoyed it. I mean, of course, now it's not as enjoyable for me anymore as it used to be. I used to be really, really hungry and getting good, etc. But now it's I don't really care too much. I've grown older. I'm 21. I'm gonna be 21 years old this year. So the game is not gonna be as fun for me. And have other stuff, university, etc. But yeah, I mean, I've grown up with the game. It's been part of my life for the past 6 years almost, and of course I've moved on to different things. But I still enjoy streaming the game almost every day. Check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/RadioWithKitty. I'm taking a bit of a break right now because I'm doing university stuff, but I am doing this Q&A just as a side video. Then I continue off my work, of course. But after this, we'll definitely be going back to streaming, etc., and doing other cool stuff as well. So yeah, last question from Rain. Why did you pick Lumberloon as your main deck? So I used to main RG for 4 years and I got tired of it. I kept losing to Lumberloon Freeze every time, so I was like, all right, I'm going to start learning this deck, how to beat it. So I'm going to start learning the deck mechanics. And I was like, all right, because my deck I was not using the meta RG deck with RG Lightning Guards, or I was using RG Minions, Archers, Furnace. So I got crushed by Lumberloon Freeze every time. I could not defend it whatsoever. So I was like, all right, let's try and work out the mechanics of this deck. How does it work? And is it my playstyle maybe? Because it was the same elixir cost. It was like around 3.9, 4.0 my RG deck. It was the same elixir cost as this one. So I was like, all right, maybe it plays a bit of the same, but once I played the deck, I was like, wow, this play is insane, and especially with the freeze buff at the time, I was like, damn, okay, let's just make this deck happen. So I played the deck, and been playing it ever since. So I think I was in March 2020 when I picked it up in quarantine. I was like, all right, I might as well just try it, see how it goes, and then yeah, we just been grinding ever since and getting a lot of GCs, getting the top 1Ks, getting GT finishes with it. So it's been successful overall. Of course, I want to get better with it. I'm not the best with it at the moment. Probably am top 10, maybe top 15 players with it. So I want to try and be top 3, maybe even the best player with Fluent Freeze. Who knows what the year has in store for us. But yeah, I'm happy to grind this deck, and that's why I just wanted to learn the mechanics of it and how to beat it. And then I just got hooked ever since, never returned to the RG deck. Stayed with this Lumberloon deck, so yeah. Thank you very much for your question, Rain. It's been 3 minutes of explaining the 3 questions, but thank you very much for your question, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, Demon's King here asked, how was your experience about getting on CBA for the first time? It was really good. I was a bit nervous. I was shaking a little bit while recording because I was, of course, top 200 in the world, and the first time being on CBA's channel. I've been watching him for years, and getting the opportunity to be on this channel was definitely one of my bucket list with check mark for CR for sure. Unfortunately, I could not go on voice or on video. I think I forgot to ask. I was just so ready to just record and just I just forgot to ask if I wanted to be on voice or not. But maybe next time with Lumberloon Freeze, we'll see if we can be on the channel again. I'll probably just ask him if he wants to be. If he doesn't, that's fine too. Then I'll just continue to do my own content. But maybe one day we'll get on with Lumberloon Freeze. Maybe if you guys want to, I can ask him if we can get on the channel with Lumberloon Freeze. We'll see if he wants to do that. You know, we'll see. But yeah, thank you very much for your question, Demon King. It was quite a very good experience overall. I was quite nervous, but you know the nerves do settle if you start playing. So thank you very much, Demon King. Appreciate it. This question made me laugh so much reading it when I first got it. So Gus, a very, very good friend of mine as well with Rain and all that stuff, he asks, is Mint worse at COD or CR? Oh no, this question, man, it's just he sucks ass at both, unfortunately, but I would say Mint is worse at CR than COD Mobile. I would say that just because they are bots in COD Mobile and Mint can actually kill those, and they're unfortunately not really bots in CR. And I would say CR is much harder to get good with than COD Mobile. So I would say Mint is worse in CR than COD Mobile. COD Mobile, you can like play around with like shooting people in the back, etc., and just like killing that way. But CR, you can't really have like any of those easy things. You actually have to think a little bit what you have to do. COD Mobile is not really that much skill. It's just having good aim, which Mint doesn't really have too much. But you know, it's getting better and better. But you can, you know, just sit in a corner and just shoot people. So it's not really like it's not skilled as CR, or I would say. But people say, oh, CR's no skill nowadays. But you do need some brain power for it. But I would say Mint is worse at CR than COD Mobile. I would say that. So thank you very much, guys, for your question. So we have a question here from C-Dub. What is it like to be a god with Lumberloon? Well, I wouldn't consider myself a god with Lumberloon, but I would say myself at least a decent player with Lumberloon. Not like the... I would consider god like top 3, but I'm definitely not that, unfortunately. I mean, I'm good Lumberloon player, obviously, but I'm not like the absolute best you can be, so I'm not the best. But thank you very much though for calling me a Lumberloon god, even though I am too humble. Unfortunately, I don't really call myself that. But thank you very much, C-Dub. Anyways, I appreciate your support of my streams, and yeah, thank you for your question. Alright, so Spectral Thief asks, what is your favorite Pokemon game? My life depends on this question. Damn, okay. My favorite Pokemon game of all time is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Now, the reason is because it is my favorite childhood game, and just the story of it, and the sounds, the Pokemon involved, the lore, there's just so much, you know. You have of course, if you guys never played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, or any Pokemon game rather, I would recommend playing that, because the story is just so good, and the music that comes with it is really good as well. The Pokemon are just, you know, they talk, which is nice. It's not always like the same bullshit sounds like they actually talk to each other. You know, everyone has feelings, and you know, shit happens. You know, you have Pokemon from the future that die and then never can see the day of light again because they got, you know, exposed in darkness because of Darkrai. You know, the plots, the lore, the end game. You know, you have the main story, of course, which is like restoring the time, and then you have the post game story, which you're just trying to stop Darkrai from like engulfing the freaking world in darkness, etc. It's a really cool like character arc. You know, you spawn in, you die, you save your partner from almost dying, you sacrifice yourself, you turn into a Pokemon, you start thinking about why am I here, etc. So it's a very very good story arc, and just the gameplay itself, of course, it can be RNG because it is a dungeon crawler, so it is sometimes RNG based, but usually it's not that bad. You can get through it in like 30 hours. You can play through the entire game in like 25 to 30 hours if you're playing it casually. Speedruns, of course, take like 6 or 7 hours, but they just use speed up, etc. But it's a very good casual game to play, and it's a very good story overall. I have teared up a couple times playing it in the past, so it's just because the music fits so well with it as well. So highly recommend playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky if you haven't already. I'm sure SK will. My friend SK, which is you know, fellow YouTuber, of course, and you know, very good friend of mine, plays it as well. So it's one of his favorite games as well. So if you haven't played it yet, please go do it. If you like Pokemon, if you don't, well then don't. It's on you, of course. But I would say Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time. I would say Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Yeah, but yeah, thank you very much for the question. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. We're gonna be doing more in the future. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support as well on Twitch and everything else. I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.